Hi folks, we're moving to using a new system for doing the rota for Sundays for all the different roles, and this video will help you to understand how to use Planning Center Services, which is the online system that we are going to use. So these are the instructions here. The first step, creating your password and logging in. So you will get pretty soon an email from me indicating that I have created a Planning Center account for you. So here it is. We've created a test person here. You can see this email, welcome to Planning Center. If you click on that, you'll see there's a link here. Your username will just be your email address, but there's a link here to set your password for your account. So do that. Come in here. It needs to know who you want to set a password for. So if you put your email address in, this is just a test email address I'm using. Okay, so I come back to my email. It should now have sent me another email. Here it is, password request. Click on that, and then click here to set your password, and then just create a password that you will remember. Click OK. Now this is you logged into Planning Center, and that's page 1 of the instructions. And any time from now on that you want to interact with Planning Center and do any of the things that I'm about to show you, you need to come to this web address here, services.planningcenteronline.com. There is also an app for your smartphone if you have that. It's free and you can download it from the usual places, but I'm just going to show you on the computer now. So anytime you want to do anything in Planning Center, you come to this address. So it says when you log in to PCS or Planning Center Services, it looks like this. There's the picture, and as you can see, that's where we've got to so far. Let's move on to the next page. The first thing we'll do, from time to time, we'll get in touch and we'll say, please can you block out dates for the next 3 months? And blocking out dates is saying through Planning Center when you're not available to serve in church, perhaps because you're on holiday or you're away or whatever. It's very simple to do that. You can see the instructions here. To block out dates, you obviously have to log into Planning Center Services at that address, and then you click block out dates on the left. So let's go across now and do that. You can see it here, block out dates. So let's click there, and then it's as simple as looking at the calendar and clicking on dates when you're not available. So for example, let's block out say Sunday the 15th of October, and that brings up this box here. By default, it will block out the whole day and just one day. Of course, if you're away on holiday for a week, you've got a start date. You could set an end date, and for example, there we go. We've blocked out a whole week. And if you want to, you can give a reason. You don't have to, but you could say, I'm away on holiday, and I'll be able to see whatever you write there as well. So what we'll do is we'll say, please can you block out dates for the next 3 months or whatever, and you just click through the months and block out all the dates that you're not available. Once you've blocked out, the key is you must click save the blockouts, and it will do that. And those dates, you can see they're red in your calendar over here. Those are the ones that you've blocked out. The key really is just to remember that you're blocking out dates that you are unavailable. And that's the way it works, and we've now been through this little set of instructions here. The next thing that will happen is that I and Carrie and others will go away and we'll work on a rota. We'll put it all together for the next 3 months or whatever it is, and then what will happen is you will get an email, and an email will come to your account, and it will have one or probably more than that different requests for you to serve. For example, tea and coffee on the 15th of September, being on door duty on the 10th of November, and so on, a list of different dates. Now, I've scheduled my test person here for an event, so I can show you this. So if I come back to my emails here, there's also a request. Can you see it says 5th of November request? And if we click into that email, you see it says, hi, test. And for you, it'll say hi, and then your name. You have been placed on the schedule for the following dates. And you can see here, it gives the date, the morning service, and you can see the role here, tea and coffee. So I've scheduled this person to do tea and coffee at that service on that day. Now, here's the crucial thing. Once we've scheduled you to do something on a particular day, you then need to either accept or decline that request. I could do that here in the email, but I'm going to click through view this service. And once I've been scheduled to play any role in a service, be that kids work or tea and coffee or music or anything else, I can click through and see the whole service. So for example, if you were doing the Bible reading or leading the prayers, you could see where in the service the prayers happen. You can see what the Bible reading is, and so on. I'm going to come back to my schedule here. You've just got one tab at the top, schedule. You can click on that. And again, you can see that same request here. Now this is pending, which means I haven't yet accepted or declined it. So if my availability's changed and I can now no longer do this, I could decline it, but I'm going to accept, click accept. And there it is, that service and the role I'm playing in it now appears here in my schedule. And of course, probably you'll end up with quite a few different dates and roles here in the schedule. And so this is where you can come back to once you have accepted or declined the different requests. You can come back here and see in the upcoming months a personalized list of the things that you are to do. While I'm here, let me say one more thing. This is really for musicians particularly. So if I click back onto that morning service, and here we are, and I've scheduled this person for tea and coffee, but just imagine that they were playing the piano or doing music or whatever. Now you can see the service here and what all the songs and psalms are. But if I come up here and press this button, rehearse, and then download all PDFs, it will download for me and create a booklet of all of the sheet music that I need for that service. It'll take a moment, and then it will open it up, and there I go. I've got a running order of the service and all of the sheet music that I need for that day. So that's helpful too. So back to our instructions here. We've learned how to respond to requests by accepting or declining. And then just a couple more things to say. When you're due to serve on a coming Sunday in any role, be that tea and coffee or music or kids work or whatever, a few days before, so on the Wednesday before, Planning Centre will generate and will send you an automatic reminder email to remind you that you're serving that coming Sunday. And then from then on, really, it's a case of viewing the services. We're on point 5 now, viewing the services in which you're scheduled to serve. And of course, to do that, you just come back to services.planningcentreonline.com, and you can expand or whatever your schedule here, and you'll see a list of all the roles you have for the upcoming dates and times. If you want to be very sophisticated, and if you use the electronic calendar on your computer, you could come down here and do a calendar integration, and you could link to your calendar, and then that will show you, it will put in your calendar the dates when you're due to serve. So for example, let me show you my calendar. If I come through to November, for example, you can see here I'm due to do something to lead and to preach on Sunday the 5th of November, and so you can see that will put it in my calendar like that. You don't have to do that, but if you'd like to, you can. There is also an app for your smartphone or your tablet if you want to use that. Just search for Planning Centre Services and download and install it, and that app you can do all of the things I've just shown you very simply on that app as well. So I hope that helps. You've got the instructions here, and please get in touch if we can help. And we put this in place in our church in Sheffield, and it was really helpful. And so hopefully it will help us all to know what we're doing.